Hello. Hi, it's Dina. Hope you're doing well today. Hope you're feeling good and strong and having a good season. Welcome back to a series of forgiveness videos. For me, it's an Advent season looking ahead for resolutions to make after the new year. But you might be finding this video anytime. And so I wanted everything to be applicable to whatever issues you were wanting to try to forgive yourself for, because I'm trying to forgive myself for these same things. Today, I want to talk about forgiving ourselves for being socially awkward. Maybe we don't do well at parties. Maybe we don't really fit in very well with groups of people. And so today I want us to forgive ourselves for that. And I want us to think about reasons why that might be the case and what to do to make it a little bit better. So if you want to know what you might try to do and you don't want to really care about the reasons why you're doing it, if you want just something to try, the first thing you might try is to try going into a virtual world like Second Life. I had a friend whom this worked very well for. He was very socially awkward and shy around women, especially. And he was a businessman who had a lot of women clients. And so he felt he needed to bring himself to a more positive way of interacting with women, especially, so he wasn't so shy and awkward. And so he made a character in Second Life in a medieval role play area. And he became sort of a knight. And that's all I can tell you about him. But his character was very strong. And his character knew how to save the day. And his character had a lot of confidence around women. He was he role played the confidence. And what he found was after a couple of years of role-playing confidence, he actually had confidence around women and around other people, and it had boosted his entire way of working in the world. And so I would say if you're just a person who lacks confidence with certain populations, you might want to try making a Second Life avatar and gaining some experience in a fairly safe space. You can block people there. You can make them disappear completely. You can make whatever time of day you want. It's all your control in Second Life. And so, you don't have to be there. If you feel socially awkward, if you get upset with somebody, you just log out, It's a very low commitment space. Can be. So that's the first thing to do. Now, if you feel socially awkward in groups, like at parties, I'm afraid that I can't give you an easy answer for that when you're going to have to hang around and find out why. The ultimate reason is that there's not so many people like you at those parties to start with. You might look around and see a lot of people and wonder why you can't find anybody to talk to in a room with 100 people in it, or like most of us, 20 or 30 people in a room to these parties we go to. But there's a reason, and so I'm going to talk to you now about that reason. The biggest reason why you're socially awkward at parties and that you should forgive yourself, is because you're not resonating with the energy of the other people who are there. That's not your fault. And especially, the more work you do on yourself, the less you will resonate with anybody else there. And what I have to say to you right now is not going to be easy for you to hear, but you're going to be one lonely MF if you're really raising yourself to a higher level of responsibility, of personal care, of personal knowledge and awareness. There ain't a lot of people like you out there. So what you need to do when you go into a party is to recognize the groups. and recognize the personality types who are there. And you really only have 5 that I want you to think about. So the first people you're going to notice in any party is that the person who is focused on having a good time. That person is going to have a good time no matter what. They are the ones who are drinking too much, being too loud, trying to be the center of attention. And you might have a couple there trying to bounce off each other, especially with women. Women will play this kind of game where they get together and they act like they're having an extraordinarily good time, just the two of them. But one of them might be using the other one to put on a show for you. And I've had other women do this to me my whole life. We will go to a club together, and it won't really be the two of us going to a club together. It will be this other woman who wanted my company in order to perform being incredibly interesting to the room full of people. And when you're with a person like that, you will notice that they're not really interested in you. They're interested in you only that you can act like you're having a good time until the next person comes along that is more attractive than you, or that they feel has more to offer them than you do. And so watch out for those people. The life of the party is rarely the life of the home. Okay, second kind of person is what I call the old home crew. Now, this is a group of people who are trying to get together and excite each other up into that kind of space that other person was in. This is usually 3, 4, 5 people who knew each other from before. And they start hanging out together at parties, and they're not really welcoming anyone new. They don't care to meet anyone new. They are there with their buddies, and they're there to have a good time, and they're sticking together. And so they see themselves as sort of the in crowd. And if you want to hang out with those people, you have to recognize that you have to become one of those people to hang out with them, because they're just not going to invite you otherwise. The third kind of person you're going to see at a party are shy people or shy couples. And these are people who come with another person. They do not socialize with others while they are there because they are too shy. And they leave together, and they often leave early. And this is the kind of person you might want to get to know, but they are never going to take a step towards you. And so if you're an outgoing person, you might want to look for the shy couple or the shy people in the room and speak to them. But again, they may not resonate with your energy just because they're shy, yeah? The fourth kind of person that you'll find at these parties is people who are going because they need people. And they want to get out so that they can be in a crowd, and you may be one of those people, but they're needy, and they are not going to be interested in you. They're not going to be interested in an exchange relationship. These are people who are people who have attachment disorders. They're either very needy or they're very narcissistic. And so you don't really want to get involved with those people across the board, because they're going to make your life more difficult after the party is over. And then finally, there are the people who are really coming to the party because they enjoy people and they want to meet new people and they want to spend time and interact with other people. But now you can see numerically, if you look at who all is at the party, let's say it takes 5 people to be in the dog pack, the old homeschool crew, yeah. If it takes 5 people to be in that, and now you've got 4 other kinds of people, you're coming up on about 1 in 10 people that might actually be interested to talk to. And so 1 out of 10, and now we have this rule of 3, which I'll cover in another video at some point. But out of any 10 people, you have three who are totally not listening. You have 3 who absolutely are ready to go do something. And you have 3 who are trying to decide what to do. And then you have 1 that's a wild card. And so if you then apply the rule of 3 and 10, now you're down to about 1 in 25 or 30 people that might actually be resonating with you, that might actually be someone that you're interested in, who is also reciprocating interest. You want to only involve yourself with people who are reciprocating your interest. You don't want to just make yourself available to every idiot who wanders in off the street and needs somebody. So there's a reason why. If you go to parties, keep an eye out for these types of people and recognize that if you want to hang out with that kind of person for the evening because you're there and they're there and you want to have a good time, just, pick your partners, pick your choices, and recognize what you're getting into. And just recognize that the higher you cycle, the less you're going to be finding people, unfortunately, who are also cycling at high levels. But that's one really good thing about some place like YouTube. You can go watch videos. You can find people who are doing well, who are healthy, who seem to be trying to make steps into their own health and their progress. And you can friend us. And we are glad to have you as friends, and we will not discourage you. And we will listen to what you have to say. So please take care of yourself. Recognize that if you're socially awkward, you can still get on YouTube. Look, there's just a camera here. I'm sitting looking at a camera, and it's being propped up by an orange Converse tennis shoe. And it doesn't matter if I'm socially awkward. It doesn't matter, because the people who might have something that want to hear me will be here, and the people who don't can just click away, and I have no problems with that. So get on YouTube if you're socially awkward. Give yourself a chance to make some friends. Give yourself a chance to be heard by some people who might actually be interested in you. So take care of yourselves. Forgive yourselves. This is a tough season. And I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.